On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
I don't think that you should expect sex from a. I don't think that you should expect anything if you ask someone out on a date.
Then you shouldn't expect someone to pay for a date.
Correct.
Well, then if you don't want to pay for the date, then don't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think there's well, see, there's women that will say, if I'm not giving you any unless you taking me out, you paying my bills, you giving me money. So that's the thing. That's what the video was geared to. Women that say, Courtney, is that not what she was meaning?
Courtney, women
pay my bills. Can you pay my automobile?
It's the mentality and it's the mindset and the expectation that makes it prostitution. They don't have to necessarily say anything out of their mouth, but it's the mindset and the expectation as to how it is that they approach the experience that shows that it is a form of prostitution.
I mean, I pay for dates too, but it's not going to be a, hey, you pay for dinner and you pay for the, for the tip. If you paying for it, you just paying for it. And then the next time, then I'm gonna pay for it and I'm gonna pay for the tip. But we're not about to do no, hey, what's the tax on,
Come on.
Like that's too much.
What's the tax on what?
I'm just saying, like, if your bill's $200 and you asking the next person, like, what's 20%? Like, that's a lot. Like, just pay for it. Pay for it. But I believe in paying for dates too. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind being romantic. The thing is that people just aren't romantic anymore. It is what it is.
Wait, paying for a date is romantic to you?
The going rate is $37 now.
No, what I'm saying is that no.
It's a recession.
It's not a recession yet, but what I am
$37 for what?
Wait,
what's the $37 for? What about, is that tax?
For some of y'all already been in a recession. We don't have to wait for Biden to declare it's a recession for us to know that it's been a recession.
For sure.
The going rate is $36.99. Okay.
For what?
What?
For a date?
No.
Oh, you don't see.
I got it. It's $40. That's the going rate.
For a prostitute. For a prostitute?
And need a 40 on the dress.
How do you?
No, paying too much then.
If you giving her 40, Ricky, you giving her a tip.
You giving her a tip.
Wait.
Paying a
prostitute or is that the travel fee?
I'm lost.
$36.99.
And then
that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. People are worth. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's how much these chicks is. All right, come on. We just gonna continue with the show. Don't worry about it.
So
get to that going rate. Go ahead, Kayla.
Okay, so
they so confused.
Huh? Oh. Okay, so based off of what I heard and what she said, she's absolutely correct. I don't think there's any reason a guy should have to pay you to take you on a date or to pay you for sex. Like, that's very weird. So I definitely agree with what she said.
What?
What? That is crazy to me that's even a question. If you have sex with a guy and then you expect him to give you money, that I mean, how is that even a question that's prostitution?
No, I don't. Hold up. I think what the lady was saying is if he takes you out or spend money on you, what?
No, she said if you expect him to give you money to take you out or to give you money for sex, then you're a prostitute. And she's absolutely correct. Why would you think that a man's supposed to give you money when y'all have sex?
At the very beginning, Courtney.
Yeah, well, no, I agree with you, Kay. That's what the definition of prostitution. Yeah. But I think what Island Girl was saying was, that's what gold diggers think, and it's not deemed prostitution. It's for you're going to spend money on me. You're going to take me out to eat if you're wanting to have sex with me.
But that's totally different to me than asking a man for money for sex. If you're saying that you require a man to spend money on you to take you on a date, well, that's not the same as I require money from you to have sex, because dates aren't for sex. I mean,
can prostitution be for companionship? There's prostitution and high-end escorts that men only see companionship for, but it's still a form of prostitution. Companionship doesn't always translate into
you're selling yourself. You're selling yourself.
Companionship does not always translate into sex for a lot of these guys, but they still are paying for your time, and it's still considered a form of prostitution. So how is it any different?
What do you mean? If there is what?
They still paying for services. You're just not sleeping with them.
Requiring money. But you're requiring money to spend time with somebody. It's still a form. It's considered a form of prostitution. How is it any different?
I don't think that that's a form of prostitution to require someone to pay for a date if they ask you out on a date. They ask you to go somewhere. I'm assuming you asked me to come with you.
Yeah, you going
to a concert. You asking me to come to the concert with you. You bought the tickets to the concert. Like how?
Hey, Kayla, can I ask you a question? The young lady that y'all had on a couple of weeks ago that people like to look at her feet.
I was about to say that.
What would you consider that?
People like to look at her feet.
People pay to look at her feet, rub her feet, touch her feet, suck her feet, do whatever they want to do to her feet, and she allows them to do that to her feet.
For money.
For money. What do you
OnlyFans for feet?
That's still prostitution, because that's erotic to the people that are buying her time with her feet. That's still prostitution.
Hey,
they're literally they're paying to see her feet.
Ricky. You do know that guys tend to look at things a little bit long term. Right?
I know. No,
we got that long vision so we can see where the equation ends. We work backwards. We engineer, so we reverse engineer the equation. So we already know where the questions is going and why Rilla asked what he asked and what points is being made leading up to what point. So I when I see you laugh, it's funny.
Hey, did y'all ever watch the Boondocks? Who watched the Boondocks in here?
Mm-hmm.
You ever watch the Boondocks, right? You remember the one when Grandpa was dating that young chick? Yeah, what Roddy was like, I don't know why you gotta pay to take these women out to eat. And he was like, yo, you take them out to eat. He was like, I'm spending money. I mean, I'm paying, right? I'm paying. I mean, if she a hoe, why don't I just get that hoe the money and get it over with?
What's the difference?
I don't think that you should expect sex from I don't think that you should expect anything if you ask someone out on a date.
Then you shouldn't expect someone to pay for a date.
Correct.
Well, then if you don't want to pay for the date, then don't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think there's women that will say, if I'm not giving you any unless you taking me out, you paying my bills, you giving me money. So that's the thing. That's what the video was geared to. Women that say, Courtney, is that not what she was meaning?
Courtney, women
pay my bills. Can you pay my automobile?
It's the mentality and it's the mindset and the expectation that makes it prostitution. They don't have to necessarily say anything out of their mouth, but it's the mindset and the expectation as to how it is that they approach the experience that shows that it is a form of prostitution.